Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decipher corporate filings so you don't have to. Today we're diving into a proxy statement from OPENLANE, a big player in the online auto auction world. This document isn't just about legal formalities, it's a peek into who's running the show, how they're paid, and what big decisions are coming up. It's like getting the cheat codes before the shareholders' big game, or rather, big meeting. First off, what's a proxy statement? Think of it as a user manual for voting at the annual shareholders meeting. It tells you who the board members are, what they get paid, and what proposals are up for a vote. This year, shareholders get to weigh in on electing directors, executive pay, and ratifying their accounting firm. Let's talk directors. There are 9 nominees this year, and it's not just a popularity contest. Roy McKenzie is being proposed by Ignition Parent LP, which means there's some serious investor influence at play. The other 8 nominees bring a mix of experience from tech to finance, which is crucial for a company in the digital marketplace. Looking at some of these nominees, you've got Randolph Altshuler, co-founder and CEO of Xometry, bringing some serious AI and marketplace expertise to the table. Then there's Carmel Galvin with tons of HR experience at places like Stripe, who probably knows a thing or two about keeping employees happy or at least compensated well. It's a diverse group with folks from all over the world, different age groups, and a commitment to board refreshment, meaning they're not afraid to bring in new blood. Good corporate governance is key, and OPENLANE is ticking a lot of boxes. They have annual director elections, meaning no one gets too comfortable. A majority voting standard giving shareholders a real say, and an independent board chair acting as a check on the CEO. They even do annual board evaluations, like a report card for the directors themselves. Now for the juicy part, executive compensation. The board is asking shareholders to give a thumbs up to how they're paying the top dogs. OPENLANE says it's all about pay for performance, meaning XX. Only get the big bucks if the company does well. They've got an independent compensation committee, clawback policies to get money back if things go south, and stock ownership requirements to make sure the executives are invested in the company's success. Seems fair, right? Digging into the details, in 2024, the annual incentive program was based on 2 main goals: adjusted EBITDA and North American vehicle volume. If these targets were met, they could potentially increase their payouts. Otherwise, they could potentially lose out on some money. Also, the incentive program includes what is called a strategic modifiers, taking into account growth, customer experience, technology, operational efficiency, and employee engagement, basically to nudge payouts up or down a bit. To get an idea of the big picture, let's look at some important figures idea of the big picture. Let's look at some important figures maybe can nudge payouts up or down a bit. Alright, let's dive into the numbers. Peter Kelly, the CEO, made a total of about $7.4 million in 2024. A big chunk of that is from stock awards, around $5.5 million. Brad Lakia, the CFO, pulled in about $2.44 million. A big part of that was also $2 million in stock rewards, so not bad if you can get it. The board can pat themselves on the back for generate profits to unlock those incentives. It's worth noting how much compensation comes from performance-based awards, so it's not free money. They need to work hard to generate profits to unlock those incentives. Who audits the auditors? Well, the audit committee does, and the shareholders are asked to ratify the appointment of KPMG as the company's independent accounting firm. It's standard practice, but it's a good reminder of the checks and balances in place. The company paid them about $3.8 million in fees. I hope they were worth it. Interestingly, here we have an admission of mistakes. It appears they filed some forms late due to administrative error. A Form 4 reporting a prorated grant was filed 1 day late for each of Mr. Altshuler and Mr. Price. The report noted. Now, who really owns OPENLANE? BlackRock Inc. has a significant slice with 16.38% of the shares. The Vanguard Group follows with 11.42%. This tells you who has the power to influence decisions, so a big owner might get what they want even if it doesn't benefit the small investor. Now, for some important individual shareholders, Roy McKenzie, who we scrolled to earlier, and is being proposed by Ignition Acquisition Holdings LP, owns a considerable amount, which makes him a valuable player at the table. Lastly, the filling ends with a generic corporate safe harbor statement. What's this? This is a forward-looking statement basically saying things may not go as planned. It is saying we could be wrong. It is a disclaimer that says management can't guarantee future performance and that risks are abound. And now let's step back and take a look at the bigger picture. OpenLane seems to be playing the game right, at least on paper. They've got the right pieces in place. An experienced board, a focus on performance, and commitment to good governance. But as always, the devil's in the details. Keep an eye on those ownership stakes and incentive payouts. They can be a sign of who's really calling the shots and whether those calls are aligned with shareholder value. OPENLANE appears to be on a steady course with a clear focus on digital transformation and efficiency. Their approach to corporate governance seems robust, promoting accountability and ethical behaviour. However, success will hinge on their ability to execute their strategy while managing risks and adapting to market changes. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Corporate Decoder. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a thumbs up, drop a comment, and subscribe for more deep dives into the world of corporate filings. And as always, do your own research. Don't just take my word for it. See you next time.